Wow. You know it's bad when your bitrate on the stream is red and it says unstable. How is this a poor network connection? I just ran all of my tests and they were fine. I had to restart OBS because it was still acting like I was streaming. I haven't tried to log in yet. I'm trying to see if it's gonna start frame dropping me again. This one's probably dead. I have no... I've resigned myself to the fact that this one is probably, in fact, dead. Come on. I don't understand. What is going on? That the internet's gonna be dumb at this time of day. Like, of all times for it to be dumb, why would it be dumb when people are trying to do business? Like, this is during business hours. This is dumb. Let's see. Alright, let's try to log in and see if it lets us. It may. Oh my god, we're alive! Holy shit, we're alive! Oh my god! We're like alive. I didn't think I would be. Wow. Okay. Interesting. So. Do we move this to tomorrow and switch over to Parkitect today? I can't really switch this to Friday because then I won't have time. Thank you, Vehicle, for your contribution to today's stream. I don't really have time if I do this on Friday. Oh look, now I have an excellent connection. Oh. What the fuck? Are you sure I have an excellent connection now? Like, are you sure for sure? Because this is kind of silly. Oh, hey. I got some more meaty haunches. Surprised as shit that I'm alive. So, let's pause on her. Right? Let's go get the Pacifist for a minute. And we'll go from there. Because the Pacifist isn't going to be fighting anything.
So that you still have issues?
Yeah, I froze up entirely. I had to close WoW manually.
Yeah, warned you. Oh.
So let's go get the Pacifist. Pacifist is just picking flowers, so she should be fine. He should be fine, excuse me. I might need to change the text color on that. At least we won't be in combat, you know? Because I thought for sure that Demon Hunter was dead when we were logging back in. Alright. So, in the 2 weeks that we were working with the iron, I had actually gone... excuse me. I had actually gone and done some leveling on the Pacifist off stream the one day and managed to get him up to 41. We can't actually use the mall skip until we hit 50 though. So we may have to go back and reactivate Crommy time at 48 if it kicks us out of it at 48, which is possible. But we'll figure that out when we get there. I'm not sure how much rested this one's gonna have. He did, like, I think I pushed those 2 levels the first week that we were gonna work on the iron. Where are you? There you are. So, you know, we'll get to 42. We're gonna try to get to 42, and then we'll go from there. And we'll see what he still has for XP left in the arrested section. I think one of his levels was like half unrested or 2/3 half unrested, or because I was gonna try to go for another level and I was like, you know what, I don't feel like doing this unrested now, so it's like I got 2 levels, we should be good. Alright, do we have anything on this side? Not that's picking up. Okay. I mean, we're seeing nodes, so that's good. At least for the time being. Okay, he is up, so we're not gonna grab that life fruit. We're gonna scooch over to here. Where is this? Ah, there it is. Like, we probably didn't really need to mount there, but meh. It'll save us a couple of moments. Probably not, because, you know, cast time on the mount. Alright. Well, we'll use this as our test to see if things have settled down a bit. Because that last time when everything locked up, My latency was normal, so that was very strange. That was very, very strange. I'm still surprised that I came back to where she was standing. I think they just started doing, like, some kind of weird reset. Either that or the connection became unstable right before I pulled. So they bumped it back to the last stable spot that character had been in. I don't know. Alright, I did manage to sell some of the iron bars that we had, and some of the life fruit. No, I sold all of the life fruit. I think the only things I hadn't sold were the gold bars, the adder's tongue, the gold clover, the citrine, and the jade and the moonstone. Everything else had sold, which surprised me a great deal. I don't know what I'm going to do with those other herbs. I mean, I could vendor them or I could just hold them. I'll probably vendor them. Oh, that's right. There's a dog up there. We're not gonna fuss around over there. Okay, I panicked for a second. I didn't see those NPCs zone in. I'm like, where are they? But we still look okay there. Oh, OBS and Twitch are like, oh, your stream connection's excellent. And I'm like, really? Of course, now it's excellent. Of course it is. Fucking tomfoolery. There isn't enough bullshit going on. Alright, this is Gargoyle Alley, where he sometimes pops up at. He doesn't come all the way out, I don't think, but he will come, like, up to here. Right, so tomorrow we are gonna do Parkitect. Weather and internet permitting. We probably won't be starting early tomorrow. Probably be closer to normal time. Well, maybe around 2 or 3. Probably not as early as today. Alright. So we've almost completed our first pass through. Sorry, my allergies have got my voice all jacked up. Alright. Were you able to eat?
Yeah, chicken things were interesting. Assuming my guts don't just like totally get angry at me, I'll probably eat them in the future.
I was gonna say interesting good or interesting bad?
They use dark chicken meat.
Oh, so like chicken thighs.
Yeah. And it's sliced, so it's a little odd texture-wise. Like, I wasn't used to it.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't terrible. And the cooking instructions that come with it definitely cook it thoroughly.
Okay. What was the other flavor that you used to get?
I used to get beef ones.
Mm-hmm.
And the other Sams had them, so I might give that a try.
Okay. I was gonna say, that was a large section of nothing in it. That was strange. But we still seem to be moving. Could have just been that we came through so fast that stuff didn't respawn yet. That is possible. That is very possible. He's still there and walking around, so we can still see him. We are going to give him plenty of room. Since he is definitely our level now. Alright. There's gonna be like a traffic nightmare in our town starting next week, and it is gonna be terrible. And the reason why it's gonna be so terrible is because it's gonna involve the parents of the school kids and some of those parents, man. I'll tell you, the concept of leaving a few minutes early to drop your kid off at school just seems beyond them. To make sure that they get through the drop-off line with how they're doing it on time, based off of all of the bitching I'm seeing on a couple of the Facebook pages. They're in the process of building a new campus for the middle school, I think. And the 4th graders are going to be moved over to the middle school for the newer property. And these parents just can't fucking cope for 6 months because the new campus is supposed to be ready in September or August or something. And this road closure that's about to happen next week is gonna go until like June or July. And people are like, there's 3 months left in the school year. You can't just fucking leave a few minutes early to get through the drop-off line. Like, what the hell? Just fucking do it. It's crazy. I get that people have to be to work by a certain time, so tell your kid, we're gonna have to go a few minutes early. That's what I had to do. If parents had to be somewhere by a certain time and their boss had no give a fucks about getting their kid to school, then you got dropped off early and you had to sit and wait. That's the way it went. Like, I just... And the school said that they start letting the kids come inside at 7:15. So if you're that worried about getting to work on time, drop your kid off at 7:15. I don't understand. what the big deal is. I mean, fuck, some of the kids that I went to high school with had to be up and at the bus stop by like 5:30 in the morning because they were coming from like an hour and a half away. So I really don't understand. I mean, I'm to the point where, well, if you're that unhappy with it, then, you know, do remote learning. Like, there's nothing they're doing is appeasing any of these parents. And I'm just like, you know what? And they're like, it just needs to be done this way. And people are like, so you're going to volunteer to help do this every school day? No matter if it's raining or cold or what have you, no matter what your other obligations are that may interfere, because we don't have enough volunteers to show up regularly. We've tried to do it that way. It didn't work, which is why we're doing it this way now. Oh yeah, they're like, oh, there needs to be 2 drop-off lines instead of just the 1. I mean, they've already fucking got a resource officer out there and other Prairie Grove police trying to monitor traffic. The ones that help monitor the drop-off line as it is, because they're trying to use 1 drop-off line, are fucking teachers, and half of the teachers are quitting because of the state of things, and they just can't handle the parents' bullshit on top of everything else. Like, I just want to teach the kids. And then they got parents nerd raging at them over politics when the teachers aren't the ones that made the policies, and it's just like, I'm just trying to teach your kids. Back the fuck off, Nancy. You know, it's like, what the hell? And because somebody's like, I volunteer at the school like weekly, and they can't even get half the volunteers that come to do stuff to show up for a month. So like, what the hell? And the 2 drop-off lines was more dangerous, and they were pissed off because parents were parking across the street, pushing their kids out of the car and being like, bye, and then let the kids cross the street, and then the kids are at risk of getting hit by the cars from people pulling out from the original drop-off line. Oh, it was a fucking disaster. And, like, nobody wants to bend at all. And people are like, well, if you get in line at after 7:20, you're sitting there for like 45 minutes. And I'm like, maybe get in line at 10 after 7? Or right at 7:15 when they start letting the kids in the building? Like, that kills me. We had to be at the school when I was in elementary school. Like, parents started dropping off well before we were allowed in the building. Like, I don't understand this. Like, we were allowed in the building like 5 minutes before classes started. This just blows my mind that the kids are allowed in at like 7:15 and drop off continues until like 7:45, I guess. I guess classes start at 8. I'm like, our asses were outside in the cold? In the rain? like what? I think on rainy days, they sometimes let us stay in the hallway outside of our homeroom or classroom doors. When I was in high school, we were allowed in and we had to go and sit in the cafeteria in a holding area until they let us go up to our lockers. Like, there was no going up to lockers before a certain time. It's just dumb. It just, I granted, it's been a long time since I've been in school, but you would think things would have gotten a little better and not a little stupider. I don't know. So, world and home is starting to creep up a little bit. We were at 30, 31. So we're going to keep an eye on that. And see what happens. I don't think it had anything to do with the computer being blown out earlier. The dust made the internet connection more stable. Although the husband did use the feather duster inside there. I wonder if you knocked anything loose. Although...
if I knocked anything loose, it wouldn't be connected.
yeah. Oh, look. A combat option that we can't use. Isn't that nice? So there's level 42. Oh, really? We only got that much in rested. Alright. I kind of figured we'd have more rested than that. This character has sat for quite a while. Unless they've slowed down rested XP gains. I really thought this character sat for about 2 weeks. I could be wrong. Okay, so we do have a few dropped frames right now. Not tremendous. But we do have a few. I mean, 39's not terrible. I mean, I've played at 40 before. I used to play at like 98 latency on the one computer. So it's not like it's not doable, but I don't normally have any dropped frames at all. We seem to be holding steady around the 39, 37. I just wanted to see if there was anything up there. Didn't seem to be, and we do we do seem to keep finding nodes, so that's good. Although now there seems to be nothing. We could just be in a bad respawn portion. Well, there's strangle kelp out there, so I think it's just that nothing's respawned in this section yet. Because we still see him. And he's still walking around. Alright, we are still in fact clean. At least as far as kills seem to go. I think we're gonna go a little bit longer on this one, just to kind of see how things are looking here. Sorry, Russell's frantically typing something in the background and I don't know what he's doing.
Sorry.
Who are you talking to?
Nobody, I'm just typing something.
Oh. Oh, are you on Reddit?
No.
Sorry, that's an ongoing joke that we have. Okay, there you are. So yeah, I mean, stuff is coming back. It's just coming back slower than we're going around the place, so. And I have no desire whatsoever to go and get that strangle kelp. I don't. My luck will fucking DC you while I'm underwater.
Well, that would be a shitty way for it to go.
Wouldn't it though? It certainly would. I haven't even tried to get the fucking love rocket this event. I don't care anymore. It's not gonna fucking drop. I've been trying since the event came in, and I don't remember what year that was, but it's been a very long time. And the drop rate on that is fucking ridiculous. That actually happened to you once, but not on a challenger. Yeah, you know, with the way the past few days have been, that's what would happen, you know? So I just can't. Zorts, did you ever check your Discord? Because I think...
Yeah, Zorts, did you ever check your Discord?
I think Russell's still waiting for you to approve one of the design concepts that he's been working on. It would give him a good distraction right now, since we can't do anything until Tuesday.
Not only that, but it would update his stuff to be all matching, so there would be no outstanders.
Well, he's still using the old AFK banner.
Yeah, I know.
You didn't use the new demonic chickens. Alright, we're gonna run out of rested here on the next node. It looks like. Mrr. What's up, Kit Kat?
Yeah, you've been marked as offline for so long, and I think it actually disables notifications sometimes with that.
Yeah, like I think it's been like over a week and a half. But yeah. So I know he sent you a couple of new things. And I was wondering why you hadn't used them yet and you just hadn't gotten around to slipping them in. And I was like, check your damn Discord. I don't normally double back, but I have been this run. Just to get the stuff. I still show up. I got to people I talk to once in a while. No, talk to once a month, and that dings. Okay, so you did get the other stuff, because Discord was being weird for us the other day, so. Alright, we're holding at 37.39, so that's interesting. I want to say it could be the zone. Sometimes hills are a little weird for my computer. I don't know why. We never did look into seeing if all of the cores in my computer are actually functioning.
They're functioning, it's just that I'm not sure, if they're, like, not every game can use multiple cores. Sometimes you have to set it up to do it. It's kind of weird like that.
Well, our security camera keeps saying that only one of my cores is functioning.
Well, it might only be using one core for the security camera.
So it's weird. I don't know. But this computer was a bit of an enigma from the very beginning. So, I'm kind of afraid to tinker with too much. After the whole motherboard debacle and then the whole RAM stick debacle. Especially now that the warranty is done.
Oh, please, that warranty wouldn't have been worth paper it's not printed on anyhow.
Well, the warranty paid for the motherboard replacement.
Yeah, when we first got it.
Yeah. But, every so often it still pops up with, oh, your warranty is expired. I'm like, yeah, that's nice. At this point, the cost of fixing it. Is it gonna be worth it? Anyway. Oh, you're over there. I probably should not have done that. Because he'll probably sneeze on me and I'll fall over. I wasn't sure how close he was gonna come to where we were standing. Oh yeah, hang on. We can't. That's better. Can't really read the pink on this background. This is a very autumn color palette out here. I just hope it doesn't come to us trying to get a Title I loan. I really do. Although I don't know if we'll fucking qualify. Oh, fuck. I swear, whenever I see my wax warmer out of the corner of my eye, it looks like the light in there is flickering. But whenever I quick turn and stare at it head on, it's not. It's so strange. Or my eyes are strange. Oh god, I had a hell of a nightmare that I woke up to. That was terrible. And I have no idea where the nightmare came from either. Like, I have never, ever, ever had a nightmare like that before. Ever. And I tried to go back to sleep afterwards, and it wasn't really working. Because it kept trying to slip me back into where I woke up from. And I'm like, no, we're done. We're not doing this. But that was fucking weird. So, you know, like, it doesn't make sense at all. But you know how, like, sometimes on these weird ass TV shows they'll do recaps of how people's sorry, I'm trying to word this to get around any possible problems. How people's stories finished. And you'll see weird camera angles of the aftermath. for some reason, I felt like the person in one of them that the thing was happening to. And someone was telling the story about how someone else's life story went, and they were like, yeah, and then she got a heat map and went out into the desert and used it, and that was that. And I'm like, that doesn't even make sense. And I didn't understand, like, I could hear the words going on, and I'm like, uh-huh. And I was being forced to go through the motions, and I'm like, what the fuck does this even mean? And then it was like a grenade or something went off, and I felt myself fall, and then I felt like I couldn't breathe for like almost 30 seconds, and then I was slammed awake, and I was like, oh my god, no, 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 we're not doing that. Where the fuck did this come from? It was fucking weird. I've never had a dream like that before. That was fucking creepy. I'm like, oh no, 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 no. So yeah, that had me rattled when I first woke up. Ugh. So bizarre. Really, really, really not appreciated. Ugh. There! I moved too fast. Sometimes, like, when I have my hand on my key or on my, like, my arrow keys, because I use them to move, I'm a weird one. When I have my mouse, like, my middle finger, or I guess it's my middle finger, will sometimes decide to just twitch and hit my mouse button when I don't want to. It does it a lot in Stardew Valley on me. And I'm like, no, I didn't mean to click yet while I'm fishing, and then I have to hold the mouse key down until it goes, you know, the little sound that you've caught something. But yeah, I'm really pissed off at Russell's one aunt over what she did or said. Cause now she sent Russell a text message at like 4 or 5 this morning, going on about how we might have to get a loan and put it in my parents' name to fix the thing. Right. If the parents were financially stable enough to do that, don't you think we would have tried that before going to further extended family for help? She's under this goddamn impression that my parents have all this money, and I don't know why. I don't know why. My dad has 0 fucks to give with like magazine credit lines and stuff, because he knows his time is numbered. Like, he has 0 fucks to give. They have no savings. One of his life insurance policies he's already borrowed against to try to pay down his medical debt. And I don't know if he's paid it back yet. I think he's making payments on it. They have the house foreclosure that's barely 3 years old on their credit report. yeah, a bank's really gonna give them a loan. That's gonna happen. If they could have fucking helped us, they would have fucking helped us by now. Since they're affected by the situation directly. Like, we're not goddamn idiots. I don't understand why she thinks we didn't even think of that yet. Coming from the person that just bought a small RV. They're calling it an RV. I don't know if it's actually a travel trailer. They're calling it an RV. I have not laid eyes on this. I don't know what it looks like. And the mother-in-law has scampered off to Alabama with at least 3 of the sisters for one of their birthdays. So we don't know what the hell she's telling the aunt that made this suggestion. But I am just so done. I'm like, could you tell us yes or no if you can help us? This is not a problem that we can dick around with right now. Our toilet is barely working and we can't use the shower. It's too cold for me to go outside and wash my hair with the hose outside. We can't afford to just hold up in a hotel room while the thing gets sorted. Like, what the fuck? I'm so mad. So the first company that came out might do financing. The other company, like I said, we have to give them $100 to get an estimate, which kind of sounds ridiculous, but we'll see what their price looks like, but they can't come out till Tuesday. So that's fun. No, not really. Not fun at all. Yes, we're holding at this 39.37. Which is kind of hilarious. I'm still showing 105 frames dropped, but that's been holding, so that might be okay. The wind actually sounds like it might have calmed down a little. I got stuck. I'm like, oh no. That was my mount getting stuck on the ground. And other people have suggested some HUD programs. The one HUD program, there's one specific for the city of Fayetteville, but we don't live within city of Fayetteville city limits. There's another one to the larger city to our south. I did not look at that because we don't live in their city limits either. And it could take 45 days, if not longer, to get approved if they approve it. There's already a line of credit on the house. I don't know if that's going to affect anything, but that's pretty much maxed out because of things and stuff. So we can't even use that. Come on, nodes. Where are you at? Am I gonna have to start doing this on foot? We might get more nodes popping up. I don't see anybody else out here. So I think it's just us farming right now. Alright, he's still there. So nobody has shown up to get him yet. Very rare to see other people out here. On this side of the lake, I should say. Oh, hello. I saw you. There you are. Yeah, I think we're just moving faster than the stuff's coming back at this point. I kind of miss having... Hang on. Before I be a dumbass and say that, let me look at something. No, that might have just been straight up flight speed, and I think I'm on the slowest flight speed I can have. Yeah. I probably should not have upgraded the run speed. I don't always. On my ground mounts, I think I did it this time without thinking about it. Because the slower ground speed actually works in your favor to catch the nodes that are a little bit slower to pop up. Oh, hey. Keep those together. Alright, so we're up to 235 pieces of iron ore and another 26 gold ore and 420 life root. Although I'll make that 423 life root. I was actually surprised all of the life root sold. The last trip to auction house. Was not thinking it was going to. Alright, so I mean, we're getting 725, but that's because we're out of rested. But it's still not terrible. That's still pretty good. Especially considering it would probably be nothing with, without crummy time on right now. Boss. Are you there or are you not there? Because you vanished and then... So I'm thinking this might just be the latency for out here. Some zones are run a little higher than others for me. Which is strange, but It's just the way it is. And I'm just hoping I don't have to do 2 levels of archaeology. Because nobody wants that. This one makes me nervous because they're awfully close. If someone was over here killing, I would not touch that. Because I feel like that would be definite proc skill range. Alright, we're not getting that one. That one's too close to the mobs. Okay, so let's grab this one. Keep an eye out for our gargoyle friend. We really don't want to get ambushed by him. That would not be good. At least my fan's not revving right now, but it's never revved during WoW. It's only recently started revving during Planet Zoo. I think just because the graphics might be so involved, or maybe I have the graphics turned up too much, I don't know. We'll have to see. I mean, I did have that driver update that might have fussed with my settings. I'm not certain. Oh, so there is a WoW Challenges podcast this week. I believe Lita said Chris is supposed to be on this week with her. There was like a last minute change. I think I'm on coming up. I think I'm the following week. All right. So hopefully we've spent enough time on the Pacifist. The fuck? That was a sudden burst of child sounds. Kind of came from nowhere. Okay, there's kids across the street. I keep forgetting on Wednesdays the school lets out early for some of the kids, or all of the kids, I'm not sure which. I don't know why. Seems to be an every Wednesday thing. We've had some kids detouring through our backyard, which I don't necessarily like. Because our backyard is not the neatest. Front yard fine whenever, but backyard seems a little rude. Like, we understand the front yard because there's not much of a shoulder on our side of the street to walk on. Although there is a sidewalk across the street, but if traffic's heavy, they might have a hard time crossing because there's no crossing guard there. Not that I think half of the people in this town would, you know, pay attention to a crossing guard. Is he gone? No, he's still there. Okay. Hi, friend. Where are you going? I would really like to get that iron ore, but I don't really know where you're going. Okay, let's get that. He's... God damn it. Walk away already. Pay no attention to the little gnome. The little gnome wants nothing to do with you. Little gnome just wants the iron ore. All right. Let's go and grab our next... Get out of the water. Alright, so we got 4 bars to go, roughly. And I do want to finish out these 4 bars. It'll give me an idea of how stable we are now. I feel like we've been stable for a while. But this'll just make sure that we are. So, yeah, tomorrow we're going to try to do Parkitect because the weather might be a little funky. And, not the end of the world if something goes weird while we're doing that. Okay. It doesn't help that on Monday they were doing controlled burns, and it was really kind of creepy because when we first got home, like, we could see the haze in the air, and we didn't really smell the smoke when we were where the fuck did we even go on Monday? We went somewhere. Fayetteville? I don't remember. We went somewhere. I think it was Fayetteville. And, right, because we had to go get paper plates and paper bowls and cups and plastic spoons and knives and shit so we can cut down on the amount of dishes that need to be done and the water just leaking out under the house everywhere. We could see the haze in the air on the way home, but we couldn't smell anything when we were in Fayetteville. When we got home and I got out of the car, it smelled like somebody dumped about 5 huge bottles of vanilla extract on the ground outside of our carport, and I was like, oh god, it was like suffocating. I quick got inside, and then the dog wanted to go out, and I'm like, of course. So I took him out to pee, and then it kind of smelled like burnt vanilla. It was strange. And then we realized that it had to be from the smoke from the prescribed burns. I don't know what the fuck was burning that smelled like that. And now it's been like just a wind roaring through the trees almost non-stop since yesterday morning, pretty much. Which was strange because I didn't notice if we were in a wind advisory yesterday, but when I got up today, we were under one till like 6 o'clock tonight, and now the wind's starting to calm down a bit. So I'm like, okay. Doesn't really make sense, but alright. Sure. Alright, so we've got about 2 bars to go. And we will see where we are at. With the internet things once we ding. So, we'll see what happens. Sorry, Russell got a phone call and he just kind of bolted out of the room. So, I don't know who it was that called on his cell phone. I don't know if this was a number he recognized. Or if, what this was. What was that about?
That was someone from Bud Anderson calling here with the completely wrong number, asking about the wrong person, talking about my daughter calling in for me to try to figure something out. I don't know, but it was kind of fucking funny.
Okay. I thought it was your mom at first, the way you bolted out of the room. I was like, uh-oh.
No, I wasn't sure who it was, that's why I bolted.
He makes me so nervous. He hasn't triggered yet. But I feel like he's going to. Alright, let's see what we got down here. All right. Let's see what we've got here. Got a whole lot of nothing is what we got. Come on, nodes. We only need a couple more. I'm encouraged that we've been stable for this long. We might be able to pop back into the bloodthirsties, since shenanigans seem to have calmed down. I would blame it on that zone, but OBS was being weird, so I don't think it was a specific WoW issue. Alright, what is this? Another life fruit. So much life fruit in the area of dead things. Alright, don't really think we'll need that. I mean, I guess we can put it there, but using it means leaving us unattended while we check the things. Did your phone just vibrate again? Or am I crazy? It could have been traffic, but it sounded like your phone.
Might have been traffic, I'm checking now.
Okay.
Nope, it had to have been traffic.
Okay. Kind of made like a similar noise to when your phone's on the desk and it vibrates. Or your controller did it, I'm not sure which. Alright. Let's go ahead and hearth back. Because we are up to 43 now. Really wish they would fix selfie cam. Like, that's all I really... It's one of the things I would like fixed. WoW challenges. Pacifist down in front. They are a hunter. Dings level 43. New meaning to the phrase hunter-gatherer. Slash played. They're hunting for things to gather. 2 days, 3 hours. 18 minutes and 51 seconds. Okay, so that's been sent to Twitter. I can't really smelt anything here because we don't have a smelter here. I would have to go up to probably either Mender's Steed or that place in the middle, but I really don't wanna. Oh, Mender's Steed or maybe Hearthglen. There's another one. No, maybe that is that one. I mean, we probably could go back to the hinterlands, but I don't like moving around a whole lot if we don't have to. The more you move around, the more you invite potential trouble. Alright, Internet, what do you think? What do you think? Let's see. Okay, we still seem to be holding around 39, 37 at the moment. So let's see how this goes. I mean, it's been a little while now. Like, it's been at least a half, it's been an hour since I had to restart, and I'm gonna say it's probably been close to a half an hour, 45 minutes that we were on the Pacifist. So we'll see what happens here. At least if something goes sideways, it's this character. So we will see. It still feels a little weird, but everything looks decent. For the most part. We'll just have to make sure that we only pull one at a time. For sure. Because if shit goes south again, if we're on multiples, that's going to be a problem. But we kind of look okay. Kinda. Bit rate's being a little fluctuating, but it's still showing us in the excellent range, and latency is pretty much holding the same as it was on the Pacifist. Maybe things have sorted themselves. Rich platinum deposit. Alright. So what's everybody working on? How's your week going? Anybody doing anything fun, exciting? Wish we could get you some more gear to drop. Like, gear that makes sense. Because while you can use these fist weapons, I don't really think they're necessarily ideal. You look ridiculous using them. Like, they're just one giant ass spike. Nothing special. Yeah, like I said, I'm trying to get back to Flamingo Falls. I got an hour and a half recorded last night of me dicking around and going back and forth because I could not make up my mind on how I wanted the entranceway to go. And then looking for a piece I wasn't sure if I was remembering correctly existed. Because they have some interesting themed wall pieces. that I was like, oh, maybe we can do something with this. And I really wanted it to work, but the other pieces that kind of went with it, I wasn't loving. Alright, well, we got you dinged. And then I kept trying to find other pieces that I just wasn't finding and wasn't happy, and then I found something and then the colors were off. Even though it was the same color, the two different pieces were not the same shade, and I was like, ugh. So then I had to kind of restart what I was trying to do. I think in the end it kind of worked, but it's nowhere near done. Nowhere near. And I actually might need the husband's help on part of it. Because terrain shaping, I suck at. Especially in tight spaces, so I don't know if I can do what I wanted to do. We will have to see. This is not the podcast. Challenges Bloodthirsty, Soul Glaive, Vengeance, Demon Hunter, Ding's level 40. She's got 20 levels to go. 2 days, 8 hours, 33 minutes, and 19 seconds. So there might be an interruption to the stream schedule once we are finally able to get the construction work going on the house. Due to noise, I might have to switch what time we are streaming at. It might get pushed back to later in the day. We'll see. Because it's going to be loud, because they're going to be under the house and in out of the house. Three, 8, 8. Oh, no. Why did I do that? There we go. Okay. So there's that. Let's go ahead and vendor. 3 silver repair bill, which is astonishing. I really expected that to be a hell of a lot more. Alright, we don't have that many greens, so we're just gonna lump it all in together today. Alright, today's grand total comes to 133 gold. Alright, so let's log out on that one. Like I said, the DK is still sitting right now. So this is our lowest level challenger that we've got at the moment. If we load, there we go. Yes, she will go back and earn or learn her flying when we head back. I'm not heading all the way back to Ogremar. $16 levels too soon. No, not even. 5, 4, 3, 2. 14 levels too soon? I don't know. Math ain't happening today. Of this much, I can assure you. Alright, so we're still holding around 37, 39. We're gonna make sure that we're using Ignore Pain as much as we can today. On this one, especially. Too close. Charge it anyway. Just do it. Kinda wish Victory Rush lasted a little bit longer. It might in a talent and I just don't know it and I sound dumb, but I really don't want you both at the same time. Could you, like, walk a little bit further away from your friend? That's not at all what I wanted you to do. Because you two like to come together. Like Noah's Ark or some shit. I don't know why. It seems to be because you both are standing so close to each other. There we go. Thank you for moving after I've lost all of my rage. That's helpful. If it was a normal day, I would have taken them both at the same time, but we've already seen the ass hattery that's been going on today, so we're gonna not do that. And we're gonna pull them separately where possible. Because at this point, we just want to get everybody through in one piece. That's all we want. Now, this will probably end up being 2. It's kind of weird sometimes. Sometimes the little one pulls, sometimes it doesn't. So we will see. Sometimes it just decides to join in when I do something that I didn't think should have hit it. Like, why did that one just suddenly decide that they were going to be part of this now? Alright, and we'll get you. I'll tell you, I cannot wait to get my earbuds off today. My ear is so sore. I've been pretty good about not doing that for a while, and then all of a sudden it seems to come and go. I will say, if I ever end up replacing these speakers, which I'm sure I will have to eventually on my computer, I definitely want to get from, I know I won't probably be able to get the same model, but I definitely want to get from the same company. even though they were a little expensive. Well, for me, they were expensive. I don't know what other people consider expensive. But they've lasted almost 20 years, and I wish I was joking. But it's been pretty damn close to 20 years on our computer speakers that we got from Bose 1 year before we were married. Maybe 2 years before we were married. We gave each other a set of them one Valentine's Day. I don't really want to deal with you guys down there. Just don't. And they've been pretty great. They survived a move out of state. I mean, we've not had a problem with them. I think when we bought them, they were $100 or like $99.99 or some shit. Totally worth it if you consider how long we've had them without any complaint. But Bose makes a pretty good quality speaker. Or at least these ones were. I would hope that they still hold themselves to the same standards. We all know things can change over time, but I would like to hope that they do. Still make quality stuff. Come on, hippo. Get your butt up here. I'm trying to make sure I get enough rage going so I can use or ignore pain more often. Sometimes that's a little easier said than done. Now these guys do a poison bite. So, or a toxic bite or something. We will see how this goes. Sorry, just checking the time. Making sure that we're still looking good on that. I haven't checked in with the radar recently. We've got about an hour and a half before they were thinking the storms were gonna start moving in. They always mistime this shit. So, let's see. Well, we're out of rage, so I guess it wouldn't hurt to check real super quick. Okay, so there's a pretty solid line of rain forming in Oklahoma on the west side of Tulsa. It's about to come into there. So yeah, we have probably a good hour. It doesn't look like it's gonna last that long though. Unless it's gonna fill in. They were originally talking severe weather. I can't remember if that was supposed to be today or tomorrow or overnight. Time is running together these past few days. Alright. Shh. you, Mr. Hippo. Oh, we're too close to you. I got scared there for a second. I'm like, why didn't I charge? What do you mean? Alright, so just a couple more kills with this guy. Gal. At least she gets a slight, very, very, very slight increase to XP. Because she's a troll. Partially why I ended up going with her, because a lot of what she was gonna kill on the horde side was beasts anyway. Right? So might as well take advantage of what we know. Oh, and there's our ding. And she is now level 35. And we'll start to hearth her back, and we'll do our slash plead. So really didn't get a whole lot for her. I had picked up an axe and I was like, ooh, and then I was like, oh, it's two-handed, and we're running protection spec, so that's not really, it's not really gonna work. Alright, so let's go. WoW challenges, bloodthirsty, control your soul, prot warrior, dings level 35. We're looking at a slash plead of 2 days, 11 hours, 13 minutes, and 40 seconds. Total kills. $5,095. Alright, so we'll tweet that along. Alright, 2 silver repair. Now, because she's a troll, that also does mean if she's killing beasts, it's not going to take her as long to get through her level, because that little tiny bump, I think it's a 20% XP increase when killing beasts. That means if that's what she's primarily killing, it won't be taking her as long to get through her levels as, you know, say the other races of the same level. So she's probably going to have less stuff to vendor. So 88 gold that time through. She didn't get any tusks at all, but you know, sometimes that's the way the RNG goes. So let's go ahead and swap her out. So there's 2 bloods done. Let's pop over to the shaman. All right. So our shaman we're running in resto spec. It's probably the spec I'm the most comfortable with, because I've leveled in resto before, I've raided in resto. Granted, that was a while ago when the raiding happened, but I have a better idea of what everything does for the Resto Shaman spell-wise. Then say Elemental. I only barely touched Elemental a few times. I think my off-spec was Enhancement, but even then I don't really remember much about it. Definitely gonna make sure that Earth Shield is full before every pull today. It's one of them days. Don't know why I hit that. We didn't have the proc. Should have waited for the proc. So this one's got about 3 bars to go. So after this one we'll have the druid and the monk left. When we're finished with the monk, whichever way the chips fall in the end, then we'll bring the Death Knight back in. And we may have to sit the druid a round or two. We'll see, because I've got them all really bunched up now because the Death Knight had to sit for a couple of weeks. But we'll figure that out as we get there. Join the members beta and reward your viewers for watching live. Reward them with what exactly? I know I don't really have any channel point redemptions right now. Have no idea what to do for them. I just don't. Life's been so sideways that I haven't even had the time to think about it. Yeah, like, I mean, some people have interesting rewards and stuff, but, like, I don't fucking know what to do that would fit my channel style. I mean, honestly, I squirrel enough on my own. If I have to do something for channel point redemption, let's face it, nothing's getting done. If people actually redeemed them. I mean, I understand they were put in to bring about more chat interaction. But my channel's more about people lurking in here than interacting, so... It's like, okay. I'm always nervous when this fox is near that boar, because I don't understand how this fox doesn't pull that boar when I've pulled it and they've been standing next to each other. I'm just completely dumbfounded, because then you get into places like where we were with the river beasts, where they'll be standing next to each other and they pull with each other. So I'm like, this doesn't make sense. So I try not to pull the fox when it's right on top of the boar, when possible. Just to try to make sure that we don't fuck ourselves over. I mean, I feel kind of bad that I haven't gone mount farming for the stupid rocket, but at the same time, I don't care anymore. I feel like I've wasted enough hours of my life trying to farm for that fucking thing over the years to get nothing but disappointment. And I just... the mental capacity to endure that disappointment is just not there. Right now, it's just not. Alright. I mean, and then Blizzard put out a post yesterday, maybe, discussing the drop rate of the rocket and how they may adjust it, but for next year's event. And I'm like, really? Okay. You could have adjusted it for this year. You knew the drop rate was shitty. You knew people weren't getting it, that have been farming for it for years. Now, I understand you kind of want something to be special, but I think this is almost unicorn level special, where you hardly ever see them out in the wild. Especially when some people hadn't realized they changed the name of the mount, and when they looted Love Rocket, they thought they had the mount before they realized that it was the fucking fireworks. That was all sorts of cruel. Because I saw somebody on Twitter actually say they gasped so loud when they thought they had it, and then they looked at it again and realized it wasn't the mount. And I was like, really? They're like, I guess they didn't change the name of this one. Oh, why did I do that? I didn't want to do that. I hardly ever need wind shear on these beasts. Because half of them, when they do cast something on me, I can't interrupt it anyway. It's got the silly defense shield on it. So she's moving fairly quickly, but she's also mid-30s, so we'll see if her quickness in leveling keeps going. It would be a refreshing change if that holds up. I never noticed that horde ship in the air from here before. Ever. Not ever, ever. Did my graphics go up a tick? Or do I just not look in that direction? Has that always been there? Because we're kind of looking towards, oh, excuse me, Tier Guard. I'm sorry, we're in Tier Guard. We're looking towards Borealis, kind of. There's Hatherford. Kind of in the direction. What's up, little? Kind of in the direction of, where that ship is. Kind of looks like it's over Borealis, though, doesn't it? Interesting. I'll have to notice more, or pay attention more, and see if we see that from here on out. Because I don't ever really remember seeing that. Alright, you've got a little bit more to go. I really want to get back to work on our needle felting project. But we said we were going to do Parkitect tomorrow, and I do want to do Parkitect tomorrow. And Friday it's my turn to build in Zoo. I thought about doing an extra art stream on Monday, but I just didn't have the energy. By the time I got done everything else that needed doing, I think it was after 9. And I didn't know what time Russell was going to go to bed, so I didn't want to keep him up too late with the brighter lights on and stuff. Ooh, we got our Earth Elemental. Well, that's definitely an oh shit button. 100%. Alright, so let's take you back to home base here. What are we doing? There we are. Oh, we got the puppy in the photo. Okay. Oh god, Zuzu managed to back out of his harness on us the other day in the front yard, and we didn't even realize it at first because we were too busy trying to figure out another problem. And Russell turned around and the harness swung and he's like, what the fuck? And Zuzu was like wandering in the front yard, slowly arcing out further towards the road before he decided to come to us, and we're like, dude. Because he gets quite a stubborn streak in him. Bloodthirsty Tidal Soul. Mr. Shaman Dings level 37. Flash played of 3 days, 15 hours, 28 minutes, and 54 seconds. Total kills right now are sitting at 714. Alright, let's not X that. So we're just gonna have to type everything all over again. Okay. So, under 2 silver repair bill. I did pick up this dagger, and I think I might hold it temporarily and see if we get another shield to drop, because I did get another staff, but it really wasn't ideal since there was no intellect on it, and what I had does have intellect on it, so I'd be losing out. Alright, she did pick up a couple of greens. Not many. So she's at 143, so 10 gold more than our warrior got. So really not that bad, because she is, what, 2 levels higher? Alright, 2 to go. Let's pop on to the druid. Alright. So our druid. Druid is running in Guardian spec. Oh, we are not in bear form. Helps if we are in bear form. Just a bit. Just a bit. Now, I'm not gonna run in Ironbark right now, because I don't necessarily think I need it. That one just went up a tick. We'll see here. Keep an eye on that. One tick shouldn't be so bad. In theory. Everything still looks pretty decent on Twitch's end at the moment. It does suck that I can't use that heal that works in bear form unless I have rage, though. That's kind of annoying. I mean, we do have regrowth, but that does pop us out of our angry bear form. Let's see. Nope, that didn't quite do it. Sometimes I can use, what is that? Maul at the very end, and then other times it just doesn't do what I expected. And that's our first ivory tusk of this level. She did get bracers, but what I had on, it was slightly better. The stats were a little bit better for the bear on the ones that I've got on, I think. All right. We're slowly getting there. At least this one doesn't move too slow for being tank spec. I mean, she seems to kill the stuff within a fairly decent amount of time. I am concerned about buying her level 50 gear though, because the last time we had to buy leather gear off of Auction House, it was crazy expensive for gear that was gonna get replaced. It just didn't make any sense to me whatsoever. Oh, where are you going, buddy? I'm not sure what their deal was. I just wanted them to move along, so they didn't try to help me kill anything. I will say I had an interesting interaction with someone on Valentine's Day, I think. What was that, Monday, when I was trying to level? Or was that Sunday? I don't know. Maybe it was Sunday. I don't even fucking know anymore. I think it was Monday that I was leveling. Maybe that was Valentine's Day. My brain. So I'm sitting there and I had AFK'd for a second because Russell was messaging me about something. And I went to answer him. And I'm sitting there and then somebody messaged me, or they were just kind of like hovering around me. And so I like did a question mark at them and they did a question mark at me, and I'm like, hello? And they're like, congrats. And I'm like, for? Because I had done nothing. I was just sitting there. And they're like, for being you. And I'm like, okay, I guess. Have a good day. It was weird for me, and I was just like, I don't normally have that happen. It's just very strange to me. Why? Okay. I can't even see what level they are. I should be able to. I thought that server was attached to ours. Makes 0 sense, but alright. Sure then. Because they have to be level 30 to be able to fly and have the achievement. Well, both parts of the achievement. Let's get our ass out of the water. Because, you know, we don't want to be that druid that drowns. Because that would be me. Because for some reason, if you have a breath bar, travel form doesn't automatically activate, or water form doesn't automatically activate, it would seem, unless you're in travel form. I don't know. They should not have linked those two together. Water form should have been its own separate button. Its own separate thing. And if you're deep enough to have a breath bar show up and you're a druid, it should automatically engage. But that's just my thoughts on the matter. At least while out of combat. Oh, there's another ivory tusk. Alright, so we have to be careful here because Katal's right there. We have seen other people out and about. And we don't really want to get pulled into their madness. We're starting to give the Death Knight a run for their money with the amount of meaty haunches we have stored up, though. I think the Death Knight's at 1700 something. Yeah, we're almost high. And this one is not the same level as the Death Knight. They are a little bit lower. So I need to try to get to Dollar Tree. I need to pick up a couple of frames. if they have something I can use in the size that I need. And I need to order a lime oil for candle making to see if that smell lasts a bit longer than what I have been using in the wax melts that stopped smelling from the other company. Alright, so we've got about a bar left, roughly, on the druid. Alright, latency is trying to creep back up again. I have to keep an eye on that. Could be the class I'm on. It could be the shard I'm sitting on. We will see. Oh, all kinds of sirens all of a sudden. Don't know what that's about. Man, the other night, a whole bunch of sirens went off out of nowhere. It was like 9:30. It was pretty silent outside, so when they went off, they were super loud. It's kind of crazy. So we'll have a little bit more to do here. We might have to at least do another round up top. I don't know if we'll have to do a round down below on the second tier. We'll see. We'll see. That's interesting. The one number jumped up one tick and the other number came down a tick. Fascinating. I do know I probably won't be getting any leveling done today after stream because I do have some other things I need to go do. There are some house chores that need a doing. Ah, no. I need to get that off my bar. Every time I use it, it pops me out of bear form. And like, I'm so used to hitting it from running balance that I'm like, oh right, Moonfire, then the other one, and I'm like, no! Don't hit the other one, damn it. If I need to go and do a couple of dishes that we have. Because I think we need some pans to cook our dinner in tonight. Just have to try to do them as quick as I can. we're getting there. Probably a few more kills. I don't think we'll necessarily need to go down to the other tier now, because we're almost there. Just about. I will say, it looked like the sun was starting to come back out, and now it suddenly seems really dark.
I felt like it was dark all day, to be honest.
No, it was kind of dark, but in the past, like, hour or so, it had kind of felt like it was getting a little bit brighter. And now I've noticed the ambient light behind me has gotten a lot darker. Very suddenly. Alright, what say it, little one? What say you? Will you be our ding? Will you ding me today? Yes, yes, they will. Oh, what is this? Stampeding roar. Let loose a wild roar, increasing the movement speed of all friendly... Oh. Well, I guess we could maybe consider that an I need to get out of here card. Perhaps. Alright. Okay. Let's go ahead and return back to base. And we'll get our slash played sorted here. Okay, so WoW challenges, Bloodthirsty, Soul Survivor, Bear Druid. Things level 43. Gonna add a slash played of 3 days. 18 hours, 22 minutes, 15 seconds, and total kills thus far. Are sitting at 7, 2, 7. Alright, so let's go ahead and we'll tweet that.
Knowledge is the best currency, but I do take gold and interest in trade.
And we'll sell off all of the vendor trash. And the greens along with it.
Come back and barter sometime.
So that's 188 gold there. Alright, so let's go grab our last challenger of the evening. And yes, her gear does look a little bit different. I took her into Stormwind and grabbed her some updated gear. To see if we could kill the level 60 mobs. And we were able to. So leveling this time through, it says it still took about 9 hours. It felt a little bit faster to a degree. So we'll see. I mean, we still do have a bar to go, so. But that's all of the time between me logging back in and traveling back to Stormwind and looking for gear on Auction House and then coming back and then getting distracted and waiting for mobs to respawn because people were out here being weird. And but we're getting 900 XP a kill, 924, which was a lot better than 350 something, so we'll take it. We'll take it all day. Absolutely. And I still am only killing moths because things hurt when you are a squishy monk. So very much. And they do take a little bit longer to kill because they are orange to us. Light orange, but they are orange. And for some reason, this Draenei does not like walking over that little lip in the brickwork there, and she slides down it if I'm using my mouse to move. I definitely have to make sure that we are staying on top of our heels. With the squishy girl. Sometimes it's not so bad and they don't get a good hit in. Other times I'm like, oh damn. Alright, so. Sorry, that was me stopping to check on something.
I'm out of range.
Everything still looks pretty decent so far. Did you swap the cats?
Huh?
Did you swap the cats?
Sorry, did you say did I or will I?
Did you?
I did this morning.
Okay. I hadn't seen her, so I wasn't sure. I remembered seeing him. Well, hearing him. Alright. So I am using Touch of Death a bit more. Just to try to get through this. I'm hoping next level these guys will be yellow to us. I hope. And won't have to rely on that quite so much to get the job done. a little bit quicker, so I'm hoping the fights won't be as drawn out. But, you know, we'll see. As with everything. At least on this one, she can detox and remove that debuff that these guys put on you. Not all of my other characters could remove it. So that does help a fair bit. It would help when I realized that the other thing is on me. Which I don't always. Usually half the time the little warlocky hand debuff, whatever the fuck it is, I think it increases your damage taken or whatever. Half the time when I realize it's there. Oh good. Oh good, we've got a mass puller out here now, and it's a warlock. Yes, please, pull everything. Pull everything, so nobody else can get a kill in edgewise, please. Because why the fuck not? Oh, they're working together now. Because I recognize the one mount that just flew by. And they were out here the other day. Oh no, they're by themselves. They're doing something different. At least the one group seemed to be leaving the moths alone once they saw me killing them. So at least I could kill something. How? What? Did dude really... Did he hearth? Did I get... I feel like he still should have been there skinning, because he was still fighting when we touch of death that moth up there. That was weird. Okay. Like, that was super, super weird. Alright. Sure. I don't know if that actually worked in removing that, or if it just timed off. Either is entirely possible. So we got a little smidge left to go. A little less than half a bar. Remaining, maybe a third. Something like that. And then we'll go ahead and wrap up for the day. Come on, internet. We're almost done. Don't be silly. Alright, well, this one hasn't respawned yet. Because they pulled one of the ones that we were gonna kill back here, or two of them, so that kinda sped up our location. Alright, so now I'd say we've got about a quarter of a bar left there. Yeah, so Glitter Burst does the weird, I think can't stealth and increases damage received or some shit. Well, that one I know we can get rid of. That cloudy one that was just up there. Okay. So we still have close to a minute and a half left on Touch of Death. So we'll see how this fight progresses. I mean, we don't need it on every fight. We can kill them. It just takes a hot minute, that's all. Which again, I'm hoping will improve once we, should be one here, once we, hit 58. Alright, well, if you're gonna be weird about coming back, let's go ahead and pull this guy. So I'm specifically avoiding the mobs that do the gore, because this one can't handle that very well. I mean, she's struggling to stay on top of what the mods are doing. So that, and with the way the internet's being today, I probably wouldn't touch them anyhow. So close to dinging. So close. Okay, we're still kind of hovering around the same numbers that we have been. So I'll take that. So just hold out a few more kills, I think, and we'll be good to go. We are almost there. Oh, there's our ding. New passive effect, enveloping breath. While active. Oh, is that this thing? No. Where is it? It's this thing. Okay. Interesting. Alright, so let's get our photo here. Okay, and we're gonna hearth back to Sage Haven. Okay, so yeah, they are yellow to us now, so that's good. Alright. Oh, Slash Blade. Excuse me. Alright, so WoW challenges, Bloodthirsty, Soul Fist, we are a Mistweaver Monk, Dings level 58. So she's got a Slash Blade of 11 days, 11 hours, dang, 12 minutes, just a little slow, and 23 seconds. Total kills so far for this one. It's gonna be 22 and 64. Nope, 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 nope. There we go, 64. Alright, so we'll tweet that. And then let's go ahead and, excuse me, vendor. 18 gold repair bill. Oh my. I'm surprised the little person didn't show up on the side of my screen. Alright, so we ended up with 5 slumber powders, 114 leafy antennas, and 217 patterned wings. So that comes to 295. Not as many greens, but then again, her level time felt a lot shorter than the level before it. Alright, and then that brings us another 313. Alright, so that's gonna do it for today. At least we managed to get through, and the internet settled the fuck down. Tomorrow we're gonna be doing Parkitect. We're gonna pick up where we left off in the, scenarios, or challenges, whatever they're calling it. But in the meantime, until that happens, I hope you guys have a good evening. Stay safe, take care, and we're gonna go check out Zortz, who seems to be playing Dragon Age. So until next time, friends, have a good one.